Welcome to the Leadership and Business Hour. I'm your host, Ebenezer Mawolo, and today on this beautiful morning, I'm joined by Mr. Mashabela, the CEO and founder of the Mashabela Group. Mr. Mashabela, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and how are you?
I am well.
Good.
You know, for many people, they may not know who you are or maybe have not had an encounter with the amazing work that you do. Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was born and bred in Mafefe. My name is Rabbi Mashabela. There are two other names that people don't know of. Yeah, so I'm known by the name Rabbi. My surname is Mashabela. I was born and bred in Mafefe, here in Limpopo province, in a village called Madaung in Mafefe. And I'm the last born child in a family of 5 children. And I had 2 parents, and but at this moment they are both deceased. And so I went to school in Mafefe, my primary school and my secondary, and my university. I attended University of the North then. Now it's called University of Limpopo. Yes. So yeah, I remember I had to walk distances to go to school in primary and secondary school. So I vividly remember having to walk those distances. Yeah. So that's who I am. And yes.
Wow. That is amazing, you know, because for many people that are here in Limpopo or in other rural parts of South Africa, the challenge that we may have is having a vision of who I want to become or what I want to do. We never get that chance to do psychometric tests and those other tests. Yes. Yeah. What was how was your environment and how did you make it the way that it has become now?
Look, the environment was dire when I grew up. I mean, you can imagine a situation where you are in extreme abject poverty. Mm-hmm. There's no running water. There's no electricity. I know a lot of people who wouldn't understand that. Probably you included.
I do.
Yeah. So no water, no electricity. You literally had to go to the river to draw water. You need to go to the mountain to fetch the firewood. And you need to make fire and boil the water first before you can take a bath to school. And that will probably take you more than an hour and a half. Oh. Unlike now, you just get into the shower and it's 5 minutes and then you are ready for school. So it's those kind of things that would make one automatically resilient. And also you can imagine a situation where a young child will have to walk to school. I had to walk to school from my primary time to secondary. Mm-hmm. I remember when I did my standard 7 then. It's now grade 9, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I had to start walking to school approximately 11 to 12 kilometers to and from per day. Mm-hmm. Wow. So it took me 4 years to complete my secondary education. And so that means I had to walk. If I were to cumulatively tell you what amount of distance I walked, I'll probably tell you that I walked from Bulugwane to Cape Town.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, in a period of 4 years.
Yeah.
You can imagine what amount of distance that would have been.
Yes.
But look, it was abject poverty. Certainly undesirable for anyone. But like I said, it is those kind of situations and that kind of environment that would automatically make you resilient and make you want to work hard to change the status quo around you at home and make sure that you have a better future and just literally change the status quo and make sure that the environment is changed for the better.
Wow. Oh, that is amazing. You mentioned that it took you 4 years to go through high school. So which means something happened there.
No, actually, For my grade, what is it called? Standard 6. It's grade 8 now, right?
Yes.
Is it 8?
Yes, grade 8, yes.
Yes. I went closer to my home. So I was walking about maybe 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It took me, I walked for 4 years.
Oh,
For
okay.
4 years, from Mataung to Mwaname. There's a school that I attended for from standard 7 to standard 10, which is grade 9 to 12, right? From Mataung to Mwaname, Halima Secondary School. So that's what I'm saying. I walked for 4
For 4
years.
years. Okay.
That amount of distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've always been an above average student.
Okay.
Yeah. And in fact, we used to have sub A,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is now, I don't know if it's grade RR or grade R. I think it's grade R.
Grade R now.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I have always been the best in class, and but as you go up the grades, it becomes more abstract.
Yes.
And you start to experience difficulties, and you obviously need more engagement with the teachers and so on. But yeah, I have not been a below average student. I have been
an extraordinary student.
Yeah. Yes. That's what was happening.
No, that is amazing. And with your journey to then becoming the lawyer that you are, to becoming all these many hats that you wear, what was that first career move that you made? Did you always wanted to be a lawyer, or you started somewhere else?
Look, coincidentally, when I went to the school that I just mentioned, Halima Secondary School, I went there specifically to do accountancy subjects.
Okay.
Or what we used to call commercial subjects.
Yes.
So I did accounting, economics, among others.
Okay.
So the intention was initially to be an accountant.
Okay.
But when I went to the University of Limpopo, the North then, as it then was, I was excluded from doing, or rather disqualified from doing the course that I wanted to do, because I did not do mathematics.
Okay.
I wanted to be an accountant. So I wanted to do BCom. I was excluded then, and then someone advised me, but there is an option here. You can register LLB degree, and I did so. In fact, coincidentally again, even before I went for my matric, I had been interested. I was drawn quite close to the legal dramas that were flighted on radio.
Okay.
Yeah. So then it sparked that interest again. Wow. And so it was a pure coincidence that I registered LLB. And amazingly enough, I enjoyed it. And yes, here I am today, and practicing law. I can't say that is nice to practice law.
Okay.
But it is good to serve the people.
Yes.
It's good to provide a service.
Yes.
To the people. But whether it's purely about providing a service is something else, because you would, as you grow up and in practicing law, you realize that it's more than just the noble profession. It's also about running a business.
Yes.
Because you still need to keep the lights on, need to make sure that the municipality is paid, the water and all the services that are required of you as a business person and an attorney. So yeah, that's how it has been, but it's been quite a journey. Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. And one of the things that always helps is when you grow up maybe in a religious home, whereby you've got a mother or a father who stresses saying, you need to go to church. You can't be playing on the streets.
Yeah. Look, I was not a child who was born in church.
Okay.
So my parents were not pastors or
Okay.
anything like that. They didn't go to church.
Okay.
Yeah. So I became born again in my latter years.
Okay.
And that's where I then became converted to the faith of Christianity. And so, but more than anything else, it's more about being born in a disciplined family. My mother was quite a disciplinarian.
Okay.
Yeah, she has always meted out discipline in a way you would not imagine. I don't think the ones who were born in the 2000s
They don't know.
would bear the will bear the heat. So she has always been like that. So my dad was the mildest one. Yeah. So my mother was the harshest. Yeah. Everyone would tell you in the community that that one is a true disciplinarian.
Wow.
You can imagine if the discipline is felt by
The community.
the community.
Yeah.
Now, how about the one that is in the same house as this disciplinarian?
Yes.
But yeah, it was just good growing up in that kind of a family. It's important because it gives you, it owns you, it directs you in a way that you wouldn't ordinarily be directed to.
Yes.
It also restricts you to attain the unnecessary freedom that you would to get or attain as a child, because it could easily derail you. It could lead you off the tracks, and you may end up being what you would not have intended to be.
Wow. Yeah. And as you are saying that, you remind me of a story where one young man later on was then blaming the parents, saying that you never taught me discipline. You let me do what I want, and look at me, I'm in jail now.
Look, children must be disciplined, in my opinion, and it's the responsibility of parents to discipline their kids. And I'm not saying that they should abuse them. I'm saying that they must be disciplined. Discipline must be meted out, and in my opinion, parents must be very consistent with discipline, and must make sure that their children are guided properly.
Yes.
Because for me, I think discipline is more of a guidance than abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can imagine a situation where a child now would blame you afterwards that had you disciplined me properly or guided me properly, I wouldn't be where I am. Actually, I would be tempted to agree with that child. Because a child is a child.
Yes.
The child must be guided. The child must be shown the way. That's why you go to school, isn't it?
Yes.
You go to school so that you are taught.
Yes.
And if you can be taught discipline at home, then what kind of parents would those be?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Children are children, they must be guided.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, and even though a lot of people may disagree because of nowadays where you can't even discipline and things like that, but yeah, I believe that it played a very huge role in your life.
Look, the kind of discipline that was administered on some of us when we were going to school, it actually helped us a great deal. That's the fact.
Okay.
And people may see it as abuse then. But if it was abuse, then I would be a victim. And I'm not a victim.
No, yes.
I'm not a victim. In fact, I'm thinking those teachers, my parents and the principals in the schools that I went to, they actually helped me.
Yes.
I would have gotten off the rails quite easily. I mean, you can imagine a very enthusiastic, energetic adolescent. You can easily go off the rails.
Yes.
But you need guidance. And like I said, children must be guided. So, and I believe it's the responsibility of the parents to make sure that their children are properly guided. Yes. So that's why I'm saying I would be tempted to agree with that child.
That child, yes.
Yeah, because it is indeed the responsibility of parents. Who else would then have to guide the children?
The children, yes.
Yeah. So I would certainly agree. But I don't promote abuse, because abuse can contribute to psychological problems for children as well. But it's a difficult one in instances where children are rebellious against their parents. So it becomes a very difficult one to navigate through as a parent. But I do believe that guidance is a requirement for success.
Wow. That is amazing. And I'm wondering, because, for many people, they want to go to school, do whatever profession it is that they've gone to school for. But then a lot of people then miss the angle of entrepreneurship. They may want to go and belong maybe to one of the top firms and become a lawyer there. What was that thing for you that ultimately led you into entrepreneurship?
Look, in the legal profession, you inevitably have to, after attaining your degree, if you want to be an attorney, you will have to go and do what we call now PVT, practical vocational training. We used to call it articles of clerkship then.
Okay.
You need to follow that route. And once you are done with that, you will then write the board exam. You sit the exam, then you pass. After that, then you'll be admitted as an attorney. Okay. Once you are admitted as an attorney, then you have a choice whether you can still be retained within the law firm that you worked for, or you can go to another law firm. Alternatively, you can open your own law firm. Okay. You will be eligible then to open your own law firm and practice for your own account. Okay. But you make choices. But I think all of us still need to be trained. I don't believe that I can be admitted today and open a law firm tomorrow.
Yes.
I would still need to be trained, to be guided, to be mentored, because more than anything else, it's important that you will learn the substantive law, you will learn the procedural law, you also learn the management style, and also equip yourself with management skills and acquire some knowledge of management, because it will be gravely dangerous for you to start a practice with no management knowledge or some sort of experience.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think it's important that that process be that way.
I admire where you are, but they forget that there was a gene. There was a gene. Yeah. What would you say to that young person?
I would say that indeed Rome was not built in one day. It's absolutely important that we take or make the right decisions, because you first make a decision and it makes you. So it's very important that we be mindful of the decisions that we make. So, but a young person who admires what I'm doing today, I would say, have your own vision, have your own objectives. You can't have another Rabbi Mashabela. You can't have another Ebenezer Mamabo. Yeah. You would need to set your own objectives and goals and vision and a mission in life, and pursue it, follow it through, and work hard, be determined, mostly be very disciplined to pursue your goal. So success, whatever definition of success you have, it doesn't come easy at all.
Yes.
It doesn't come easy. It comes through determination and hard work. So that is the advice I would give the young man, the young woman out there who looks at me and feels I have achieved. I actually don't think I have achieved much. I still pursue a number of things, but I can just advise as to what they need to do, and that would be discipline, hard work, determination, and set your own goals and objectives and mission and vision as well.
Wow.
Yes.
You mentioned mission and vision, and one of the things that I loved, not recently when we had the party there, you mentioned that the goal is to ensure that not only should we be working as shine bright for the applauses, but to ensure that we make impact. Where did you get that sense of purpose?
Look, sense of purpose comes from God, because I believe I'm a Christian. I'm a strong believer that God is the source of all things. One needs to discover their purpose so that one doesn't live a purposeless life. So it's absolutely important that you have a purpose, and a purpose for any or every organization is there. Some may not know it, but the purpose is there. So the purpose of an organization is what defines it. So it's absolutely important that a purpose be there so that it constantly drives you as the leader of the organization. Because without the purpose and the vision and the mission, then you are going to have a directionless organization. Yes. It's very important that a purpose be there. And the purpose comes from God. God is the one who would whisper into your ear and say, I need you to do this. Yes. And sometimes it could very well be you could actually be the only one who understands the purpose. Yes. But you'll constantly and gradually engage other people around you and show them the purpose. And it's not everyone who's going to immediately see the purpose. Yes. It could be the select few who can see the purpose. And those, I believe, can be the ones that you can be able to mentor and show that this is the purpose, these are the objectives, and this is how we are going to achieve all these goals.
Wow, that is amazing. Because, for a lot of people, some want to exclude God out of purpose. Yeah. They want to talk about other things and not give credit to God.
Look, God is the maker of all things. So I cannot possibly fathom a situation where I would exclude God out of anything that I do. In fact, I always make sure that I consult with God in everything that I do, so that I can get a green light. And once I get the green light, then I'll be able to pursue it. And I know for sure that once I get that green light, one way or the other, I'm going to make it. Yes. And that doesn't mean that stumbling blocks are not going to be there. Yes. They will be there. In fact, it's important that they be there, yeah. So that we can grow and be elevated from position A to B and C. Then they'll be growing that way. So ultimately, remember, we will leave this world ultimately, but what will remain will be the legacy. What will remain will be the purpose that God had chosen you to do certain things. And it will be a very sad day for you to meet your maker and have to account that I was not able to deliver on that assignment with all the resources that he has given you. Yeah. So that will be a very sad day. But it's very important that you constantly search what your purpose is. Yeah, so it's very, very important that we live purposeful lives instead of living purposeless lives.
Yes, that's very powerful because I love what Miles Monroe said. He said that sometimes the enemy of purpose is that we find ourselves pursuing good things but not right things for us and our purpose.
Yes. Purpose is everything. Purpose is what will keep you awake at night. Yes. You would want to sleep, but there is that burning desire for you to do something, and you wake up and your sleep just goes off, and you work through the night on that specific assignment, and before you know it, it's done outside. Yes. And then that's purpose. That is purpose. Yes. Nothing else. So it's absolutely important that we all have a purpose. Be it a business person, be it an employee, be it anyway. You need to have a purpose. I mean, even street vendors out there, small businesses, there's a purpose there. Yes. There's a purpose. So we all need to have a purpose to pursue in life. Yes. Instead of chasing after meaningless things that would not have a long-lasting impact. So it's very important that we pursue purpose more than anything else.
Yes. Wow, that is just powerful. And maybe as we conclude, if you were to give maybe a younger you or the younger generation some advice that you've learned from hindsight, now that you've seen a couple of things in life, what advice would you give maybe to the young generation?
Look, like they say, in hindsight, we are all clever. But the younger me, I would say, look, you need to know that mistakes are important in life. It's not a sin to make a mistake. Make mistakes, learn from them. Just make sure that you don't repeat the same mistakes. Because those might be mistakes that will define your life.
Oh, yes.
So learn from mistakes and make sure that you never repeat them. Pursue your purpose. Make sure that you constantly equip yourself. Be disciplined, work hard, and make sure that you receive the necessary guidance from people that are around you. And then I believe that you will certainly make it in life.
Wow. That is amazing. And maybe one final one. What usually happens, or what Bill Gates started, that, he's got this idea that when he's gone, he wants to leave nothing to his children. They will have to work for themselves, and many others.
Yeah.
What's that thing that maybe, besides building an empire, building a legacy for your children, what's that one thing you want to leave in them, or even one that you want to live with them?
Look, I mean, more than anything, I would need my children to live with this. Pursue God first.
Okay.
Be in God. Be responsible. Be disciplined. Don't be lazy. Work hard, and don't be too dependent on anyone. Only depend on God. Seek wisdom constantly from God. Work hard, study, learn, equip yourself. I believe that if I can leave that to my children, then I know for sure, even if I leave them with a deficit, not zero, but a deficit. If I leave them with minus something. They'll still be able to pick themselves up and make good for themselves in life.
Wow. Yes. That is amazing. And maybe for the young man or woman or anyone who's listening and watching this podcast, where can they get hold of you and the various services? The various services.
Yeah, look, I'm on social media. I am Rabbi Mashabela in almost all the social media platforms.
Okay.
On Facebook, on Insta, on X, on TikTok as well. But also, if they want to get a hold of the entities that I lead, be it Mashabela Attorneys, be it Shine Bride, be it other interests that I have, they can just follow me on social media and they'll find me there.
Wow, no, thank you so much for spending this time with us. And I know that it really cost you somewhere, but thank you so much for spending this time and indulging us here on the Leadership and Business Hour. And I would hope that the listener or the viewer would be able to tune in to Shine Bright Radio and have these conversations more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.